Hey there, guys. So today we're doing a special edition of the show, and we're doing another beer blend. Basically, I was asked to do my spicy stout recipe on camera. You might have seen me do it before. And so basically, I'm going to walk you through the episode, the recipe. It might take a little while, but, bear with me. So basically, you might have seen me do a Mexican stout, that review from Westbrook. And this basically is a French pressed edition. Highly recommended. I personally love doing this. It's one of the my favorite things to do with that's weird with beer. There's blending beer. I don't homebrew actually, so this is one of the more fun things to do. And this is actually the best recipe I've come across. So let's dig into this. So first of all, we have the Imperial Stout. This is Siberian Night from Thirsty Dog. Highly recommend something like this, Founders Imperial, 10 Fidy. Something a little less robust, like maybe like Old Rasputin or Brooklyn Black Chocolate might not be as good. This, I think, is perfect. Just something big and robust, a great Imperial Stout. So let's dig in. So first of all, I have a French press, and we're just going to start chucking in ingredients. I'll post the ingredients on the bottom, but this is, so basically you want a third teaspoon of cinnamon. So this is straight up cinnamon. That's 3/8 teaspoons. So let's do that. 1, 2, and that is 3/8. Actually, no, whatever. 3/8, 1/3, something like that. Same thing. Similar. Sorry, it's not. I was just doing fractions in my head. It's 3/8, not 1/3. You can't. That's hard to do 1/3. Moving on. So we have cinnamon in there. We have coffee. Coffee is not actually in Mexican cake. It is in Prairie Bomb though. But I personally love coffee. I think it really works with the flavors. So we have 2 teaspoons of coffee. I wouldn't do them overflowing amounts, because 2 tablespoons is about how much you'd have in a cup of coffee. So it's going to be intensely coffee, but I think that works out perfectly with the spicy flavors and the cinnamon and everything. So we have a tablespoon of that. Then we have cocoa nib. I don't know if you can find this. I ordered it online. You might be able to find it at Whole Foods or something. It's basically pure chocolate. Or pure cocoa, so there's no sweetness behind it. It is like bitter. It's just bitter chocolate flavor. If you really want, you can just use a regular chocolate bar and just crush that up, cut it up, and then use a tablespoon of that. But I'm using this. This is what they use: cocoa nib and hunapu and Mexican stout or all those other recipes. So there you go. That's a tablespoon of cocoa nib, and then we have vanilla extract. The stuff you bake with. Vanilla extract, I put in about half a teaspoon of that. Don't want to be too much with that. Let's do this. All right, half a teaspoon of that. So, oh shoot. Okay. Well, it's not a live show if there's no accidents. So there you go. I'll clean that up later. It's fine. Just a little bit. So that's a half a teaspoon in there, and then we have the final ingredient. I would do this last because this is a habanero. This is a really spicy pepper. It is something like 100 times spicier than a jalapeno on the Scoville or spiciness meter. This is very spicy stuff. Be very careful. Do not touch your hands or anything after you handle this. Make sure you wash your hands. It is spicy. If you touch your eyes or mouth, it'll just start burning. So be very careful. I did everything else first. Actually, I'm going to do something. I'm going to open this beer first, too. Because immediately after I do this pepper, I just want to wash my hands. And I don't really want to do much else than that. So this is open. And so basically with the pepper, this to me is about a medium, maybe. You can find bigger ones. You should be able to find it at any gourmet supermarket or something. And I use about a third of it. Half if you want to be a bit more ambitious. So I just cut about a third in there, and so that leaves me about maybe a bit more than that. I like spicy, so that leaves about this much, and so the rest of this is just basically in there, and basically I just want to chop this up. So just chop that up. I mean, you're not eating it, it doesn't have to be nice and clean. It's just to be chopped up. So that's all chopped up. I just have a bunch of, chopped up bits. Chuck them in there. And that'll be really spicy. And then, basically, so you have everything in there. So again, that was 3/8 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of coffee, 1 tablespoon of cocoa nib, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a third of a habanero. I can even feel it burning on my fingers already, shoot. So yeah, now what you want to do is pour in about enough to cover the beer, cover the ingredients that you did. So I think I poured in about maybe 3 ounces Maybe let's do a bit more, 3-4 ounces. Yeah, 3-4 ounces, that's sufficient. So I think I'll have a stopper. So I'm going to put a stopper on this and put it in the fridge to sort of prevent it from losing its carbonation. But basically what you're doing here is that you're filling it up like this. It'll settle down. And you just want to leave this at room temperature. I'm just going to leave this like this for about an hour or two. And why I'm doing this is because if I poured the entire thing in there and let it sit out, and then by the end, if I pressed it, it would just be flat beer. And flat beer is not tasty. So what I'm doing here is I'm making sort of a concentrate. And then at the end of it all, this will be extremely, intensive flavor. I'm going to balance it out with a regular beer, sort of recarbonating it, and then sort of I get to pour it into the amount where I want it to really have, the flavors that I prefer. If I want, I can even crack another Imperial Stout and then just balance it out if this is not enough. And so basically, you see what I have. I would also get a spoon or something and try to mix that up a bit. And by the way, make sure that you taste. Half an hour in, I'm gonna get a spoon and taste. It's the same rule with cooking. Always taste, because you don't know what your final product's gonna taste like if you don't taste before that. So I just get a spoon, taste it, make sure. It'll be really intense. It'll be really spicy, and it'll be too much. But I just do it to make sure that the balance of flavors is correct. So if I need more cinnamon, I'll throw in a bit more. If I need more spice, I'll throw in a bit more. Whatever I need. And so yeah, I'll be back. And I'll show you guys what happens at the end with the recarbonation, combination, all that stuff, and the pressing. This will just sit here for, an hour or two. Hey guys, so we're continuing the video right now, and basically I tasted it, and I ended up, I have a friend here, he's off camera, but anyway,
hey
I thought my friend is also enjoying this. So I had to put in more habanero, because I guess, it's a plant, and spiciness varies. So I had to put in more habanero. So basically, I tasted it probably half an hour in, and we're gonna press that now. So this is basically the concentrate. So I'm going to press that and put that into a glass. And then what happens with the rest of it is that we obviously have the rest of this beer that you saw earlier, and we're going to balance it out to the flavor of preference. I mean, there's still more stuff in there. I'm sure I can extract more, but right now, just for convenience, that's it. And so that's everything in there. That's the cocoa nib, cinnamon, coffee, and habanero, and vanilla extract. And so we're just going to pour in, let's go this much, and then see how that goes.
That sounds good.
All right, so we're going to see how that tastes.
You don't want to stir it?
What? No, we don't need to stir. I think it was poured from, I poured it hot, so we'll taste it first.
I'm dealing with an expert.
Okay. Ooh, that is stiff. You can taste it. I'm going to probably need to put in a bit more beer. It's a bit too cinnamony. Really good vanilla flavors. Nice coffee, rich coffee flavors. For some reason, maybe the habanero I bought was off, because it's not that spicy at all, right? No. But I did impart all the other flavors, I think.
I agree with you. Too much cinnamon.
Yeah, it's a bit too cinnamony.
How much cinnamon did you put in?
I put in about 3/8 of a teaspoon.
Well, in your defense, I think that's the only time I drank a beer and really tasted cinnamon.
I mean, the Mexican cake sort of has cinnamon, so, and there's some other beer. I mean,
it's always a more subtle quality.
Yeah, so maybe maybe if you try this, you put it in a little bit less. You being the people in YouTube land. Yeah. I gotta taste that now. Oh wow, I'm getting some heat. It's not the best attempt I've done, but you certainly get a good amount of those Mexican cake flavors. Like the spice is hinted at the front, but you get wonderful vanilla, the cocoa nibs in there.
Like
coffee bitterness. The coffee bitterness is nice.
Like the coffee. And
the cinnamon also plays well. It just really needs more spice.
Could use a little more of a kick, but
yeah. So at least I tasted it. So that's good. At least I tasted it, because otherwise it would be even less spicy than that. Maybe I could use the entire habanero, but so yeah, this was like a pretty good attempt. I think I could have just used more spice. I guess next time if you guys try it, taste it half an hour in, and then keep adding spice depending on how spicy it is. But this is still very good. So until next time, guys.